I don't buy mozzarella from the store anymore. Let me show you a trick that saved me quite a bit of money. Start with 1 liter of milk, pour it into a pot, and set it over medium heat. Insert a thermometer and make sure the temperature reaches exactly 47 degrees Celsius. This moment is crucial. Only then will everything curdle properly. Once the milk is heated, add 3 tablespoons of white vinegar and stir thoroughly. You'll see the milk begin to curdle. Cook for a little while longer until the curds clearly separate from the whey. Now it's time to strain. Pour everything through a sieve. Separate the whey and press the white curds well, first with a spoon or spatula, then with your hands. Do it gently but thoroughly to remove the excess liquid. Next, add 1 small teaspoon of salt to the hot whey and stir. Using the sieve, pour a bit of this hot whey over the curds in a bowl. Now it's time to shape the cheese. Use a spatula or spoon to form an initial ball, then shape it with your hands. It can be a classic ball or, like mine, slightly elongated. Finally, submerge the mozzarella in cold water so it firms up and holds its shape. And that's it. Soft, springy, fresh, and delicious. Just like from a true Italian countryside. Homemade mozzarella from basic ingredients, with no artificial additives. Try it. I guarantee that after this, you'll never go back to store-bought. Combine milk with vinegar. There's no better way. The ingredient list is not long, and the preparation is also very simple, though it requires a bit of patience. Take a fairly large pot and pour 1.5 liters of milk into it. Heat the milk until foam appears, then pour in apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. I use apple cider vinegar exactly 3 tablespoons. Stir and cook the liquid for another 5 minutes, then remove the pot from the heat. Transfer the formed cheese curds to a strainer suspended over a bowl and gently press out the excess liquid. Then place the cheese in a cloth or another natural fabric. Let the excess liquid drain. Put the cheese in the refrigerator to cool. It tastes much better when cold. Homemade cottage cheese is a great addition to sandwiches. Take your favorite bread, slice it, and spread the cheese on top. It tastes delicious. It's worth preparing for an important family breakfast or even for a meal during the regular week. Combine milk with vinegar. You won't find a better way. Take a fairly large pot and pour in 2 liters of whole milk. Place the pot on the stove over medium heat and prepare a kitchen thermometer to carefully monitor the temperature. Gradually heat the milk until it reaches exactly 46 degrees Celsius, making sure it doesn't boil. Once the milk reaches 46 degrees, measure out 5 tablespoons of 10% distilled vinegar. Slowly pour the vinegar into the pot and gently stir. As you stir, you'll notice soft white curds forming. When enough curds have formed, pour the mixture through a strainer. Using a wooden spoon, press the curds on the strainer to shape them into a uniform form. This step ensures a denser texture, allowing the cheese to be sliced into pieces. Place the fresh cheese on a plate, drizzle it with olive oil, and serve with crusty bread. The resulting flavor is so rich, creamy, and delicious that it's hard to believe it comes from such simple ingredients. It's perfect for a special family breakfast or a meal during a regular week. Throw bread into boiling milk. You'll be shocked at what kind of dish you can whip up from this. Take regular bread and tear it into smaller pieces by hand. Then pour 1 liter of milk into a pot and cook it on low heat until it boils. Once the milk boils, add the bread. Cook the bread in the milk for about 3 minutes. Then, using tongs, remove the bread and place it in a bowl. The remaining milk in the pot won't be needed anymore. Let the bread cool slightly. In the meantime, prepare an egg mixture. Crack 3 eggs into a bowl and add some spices. Use a mixer to beat the eggs into a thick foam. Add this egg mixture to the bowl with the bread and mix again until you achieve a fairly smooth consistency. Then pour the mixture into a round buttered baking pan. Place it in the oven for 10 minutes at 200 degrees. After that time, take out the base and move on to the next step of the recipe. Spread tomato sauce over the base, then add grated cheese. The next ingredient is salami. Lay the salami slices over the cheese. You can also add your favorite vegetables. I used corn, mushrooms, and bell peppers. Place the dish back in the oven for about 7 minutes. After that time, take it out and serve it as pizza. It tastes perfect, and you'll definitely make it again. It took me many years to discover this method. Grab a large pot and fill it halfway with water, making sure there's enough room for the water to boil without spilling over. Bring the water to a boil over medium heat. Meanwhile, coat a ladle with oil. This simple trick prevents food from sticking to it. Next, crack an egg into the oiled ladle. Slowly lower the ladle with the egg into the boiling water, being careful not to submerge the egg. Hold it there for about a minute until you see the egg white starting to set on the sides. Once the white near the yolk has set, fully submerge the ladle with the egg into the water. Keep it submerged for just under a minute. When the egg white on top has set, remove the egg from the water and place it on a plate. This is a simple trick for making poached eggs. With this method, you can enjoy perfectly set whites and a runny yolk, and it's never been easier to make. Flourless bread. Its baking method is quite surprising. Start by placing 500 grams of cottage cheese into a bowl. Next, add 40 grams of flax seeds. Also pour in 300 grams of oats. Add pumpkin seeds. Add a tablespoon each of baking powder and salt. Take 3 large eggs, crack them, and add them to the mixture. This will help create the perfect consistency. Then, blend the mixture into a fairly smooth mass using a blender. Thoroughly mix all the ingredients with the blender. Finally, add pumpkin seeds. Spread the dough on a baking mat, shape it into a loaf, and transfer it to a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Bake the bread at 180 degrees Celsius for 60 minutes. After that time, the bread is ready. Its crust is perfectly crispy, and the cottage cheese is completely undetectable. Once cooled, store the loaf in a jar to keep it fresh. Enjoy a healthy, high-fiber snack. Combine eggs with oats. You've never had anything like this before. Pour 200 grams of oats into a bowl, then add 2 eggs. Pour in 150 milliliters of milk. Add seasonings like salt and pepper. Mix everything thoroughly. Let it sit for 20 minutes. In the meantime, prepare the remaining ingredients. Finely chop some parsley. Grate about 150 grams of cheese using a coarse grater. Also, prepare a bell pepper and tomato sauce. It's the perfect complement to this dish. Take a red bell pepper, remove the seeds and chop it into small cubes. You'll also need a few cherry tomatoes. Cut them into smaller pieces. Next, take a pan and pour in some olive oil. Use a garlic press to crush 1 clove of garlic into the pan. Once the garlic is lightly sautéed, add the pepper and tomatoes. Cook on low heat until the vegetables are soft. Transfer the cooked vegetables to a blender and blend them into a smooth, aromatic sauce. Now, return to the oats mixture. Add the grated cheese and chopped parsley. Heat a pan and pour in some oil. Then, spread the oat mixture onto the pan. This will create a delicious omelet. Sprinkle it with black sesame seeds. Cook for a few minutes. After that, use a plate to flip it over and cook the other side for a few more minutes. Then, remove it from the pan and cut it into pieces. This omelet is perfect for breakfast or lunch. Serve it with the prepared sauce. This combination is simply delicious.